Finally, I bought a bike. Yeah, as you know, this is a 2006 Yamaha FZ6 or FZ6, whatever you call it. Now I live in the Yangon city, the city that doesn't allow the motorbikes, whatever, the big bikes, small bikes, whatever, the two wheels. Yeah, but they allow bicycles. So at first, when I was young, I didn't like the motorcycle so much. I like the cars. Yeah, I love the cars as I was in a young age. So, but now I also like the motorbikes. You know, as I traveled through the other countries and Mandalay or some other, when I see the big bikes, oh, they're beautiful, and then I love it, and then I bought a bike. So today I'm gonna explain what bikes that I choose before I bought this bike and how I choose this bike. So yeah, this is also my first bike. The 600cc is my first bike. Yeah, actually I was so stupid to choose the 600 bike as a first bike. So because it's, you know, nowadays this bike is so cheap, and you know the performance and the price is so, you know, it's so worthy to buy. If this bike is at the Japan auctions, and it's like about over 30 lakhs MMK, you know, it's like about the 3,000 USD. But from the Singapore, this bike can get in Myanmar like over 20 lakhs, so it's so worthy to buy. Now. So what are the bikes that I considered before buying this bike? There's a lot of bikes, you know. At first I limit the price. At first I actually limit the 40 lakhs, about 40 or above the 40 lakhs, like 40, between 40 and 50. So there's a lot of bike to choose, and I choose like the FZ1 and Triumph Street Triple. So like there's a lot of bike to choose. And then I consider, you know, being as a first bike, there's no need to be like over 30 lakhs because I cannot handle properly. Yeah, and that's important to choose. 40 lakhs is expensive, so and then I lower the limit like 30 lakhs. So as the limit of the 30 lakhs, there's still a lot of bikes to choose. And so at first I considered the Kawasaki ER6N. So ER6N, it's nice, no? Yeah, also so stupid, you know, that, you know, as a first bike I choose like a middleweight bike or like heavyweight. Although that I can't, you know, drive properly the bike. Okay, yeah, EX6N, like it's a nice bike, you know. If I pay the 30 lakhs, I can get like 2009 2010 model. You know, it's like also the modernized, but its head has a 2-cylinder, and yes, more torquey than this bike, but there's not a lot of horsepower there. Okay, so then I choose the CB300R. You know, it's also the nice naked bike. Yeah, it's a beautiful bike. You know, I like about 30 lakhs, I can get 2017 or 2018. You know, like the latest bike. It's so nice. But the 300R is it's a so lightweight bike because there's only one cylinder, and I like it. But you know, compared to the FZ6, there's, you know, the horsepower is so low, and this has a 4-cylinder, and this cycle sound is, you know, nicer than 1-cylinder sound, no? Okay, the CB300R, I like the bike, but I didn't choose that. And another bike is yeah, everybody likes Super 4 in Myanmar. Yeah, most of the bikers and people love Super 4 in Myanmar, so I also consider that bike. Yeah, 2002 Super 4, you know, the price is, you know, compare this bike with the Super 4, 2002, 2003, like SFV, yeah, Super 4 VTEC version 2 is like the same price as this FZ6. You know, FZ6 has more power. You compare with the Super 4, you know, this bike performance is, you know, better than, and every parts every single part is the FZ6 is better than Super 4, and the price is the same. That's why I choose this bike. So actually in Myanmar you can choose like a Highbooster or the Blackbird. Yeah, the price is so low, like around 30 lakhs. Actually, yeah. In your country, I know that the Highbooster and the Blackbird will be like 4,000, 5,000 USD, right? So, but in Myanmar you can buy the good one like $2,500 USD in Myanmar. Yeah. Thankfully, I didn't choose the Highbooster, and because Highbooster and Blackbird like the king of the sport touring and the sport bike, that bike is so heavy. Being FZ6 is also the heavy bike. It has 450 pounds weight, and Highbooster is way more heavier. Yeah, thanks God I didn't choose the Highbooster. Yeah, as you know, being a first bike, my first bike, this bike is a little bit difficult for me. Not a little bit, it's difficult for me. I actually rather choose the 150cc or like 300, at most 400cc, being the first bike. But I choose the 600. Yeah, that's being choosing as a first bike, 600cc. So whatever the time when I riding this bike, it was like doing the exercise. When I move the cycle a little bit, the distance like 2 feet, 3 feet, I was so tired. So as I choose this FZ6 for my first bike, I'm not a tall person and my height is like 5'6". So I can touch the ground with my feet, being on the FZ6, but just a little, not so much touching. So when I bought the bike, the first week and second week, I dropped the bike like 3 to 4 times. I dropped this side and then this side, like there's scratches that you can see like on the engine sliders, and then on the back like at the edges there's a scratch. I should choose like a CB300R or like a Super 4, as a first bike, and as for me, so but it's okay, now it's okay. I can handle this bike well. I really consider the Highbooster and the Blackbird as a first bike, compared to those bikes, FZ6 is more way lighter and more easier, I realize that. So don't buy the Highbooster, even though you're taller. Yeah, even though you're tall, like about 6 feet, whatever, Highbooster is so heavy. And I know you have questions about the headlight. So what headlight is that? As I'm telling that this is the FZ6, so this is not the FZ6 headlight. Actually, I bought the FZ600, and as you know, FZ600 headlight is so big, so tall, and it's like it's a touring bike. So there's a big windshield in front of, and it also a heavy to handle, with those headlights and cover. So I remove it, and then why I doing this is like I like the Hobbs and Shaw and the movie. The villain bike is like this design, so I like the bike at that design so much, so I created it. So actually this is the FZ6. So this is my FZ6 and my first bike, and 600cc big bike as a first bike. So let me know what's your first bike in the comment sections, and I would like to check those out. Okay, so I'm considering to buy the second bike as a Supermoto. This bike is so heavy, and so I would like to experience with some lightweight bike. So yeah, and also want to choose the Supermoto. So and limit the price also like 20 lakhs. So please give me some ideas, like a limit of the 20 lakhs, so what Supermoto that I can choose. And I think Suzuki DRZ 400 SM Supermoto, it's a good choice to be considered, about that 20 lakhs price. So that's all.